Good afternoon, everyone. Glad you could make it, and I'm sure folks will continue trickling in as we go. Um, now that we are in the main part of the year, not completely focused on other holidays, we'll return to our weekly liturgy as kind of my guide for meditation. So let's begin by situating ourselves comfortably, whatever that looks like for you. You can be seated in a chair with good support. You can be laying down. You could be laying whatever is going to work for you for the next 20 minutes or so to be able to focus on your breath and your own internal world. Make sure you find that position now. If you'd like to use a talit of some kind, be it an actual ritual talit or a sweater or a scarf, I invite you to find that now too, as a way to give yourself a little weight on your shoulders to feel a little cozy, more comfortable, more centered. And we'll start with some deep breaths, each one in through the nose and slowly out through the mouth. As you breathe in through your nose in a slow, controlled fashion, try to fill your lungs up as much as possible. And then when you exhale through your mouth, make sure that you slowly and controlledly empty your lungs as much as possible. So each breath is a full filling and emptying of the lungs. And now breathe in through the nose. Slowly breathe out through the mouth. Another in breath. And another out breath. As you breathe in this next deep breath through your nose, I invite you to picture the way in which the air you are drawing from is connected to all air everywhere. Truly no break. Each of us drawing from the same pool of air, each of us connected through our breath. Each breath an opportunity to give voice to words. Words being foundation of all creation, both from the beginning, Bereshit, God creating the world with words, and for ourselves, the way that we create our own worlds with words, by naming things, by describing things. The world we engage with is created through the language we ascribe to it. As you root into your breath now, feeling how it connects us all to the same source of all breath, same source of all energy, of all life. What word comes to mind to you today to describe your experience of the day? How are you feeling? Whatever word it is, it's fine. Just sit with it. What does this word evoke in you? Is it positive or negative or neutral? to bring up any previous memories in which you've heard this word used or used it yourself. Connect to this word, this first word that rose to your mind as you considered how to describe your current feeling. Dig deep into it. What could it possibly mean beyond your original intention? Where did it come from within the recesses of your mind and your heart? Now that you've investigated this first word, the word that first came to mind when asked how you're feeling today, I invite you to pick a word that describes how you would like to feel today. Perhaps it's not you picking it, it just arises. How would you like to feel? Could even be the same word. Continue with deep breaths in through the nose, fully exhaling through the mouth. You dig into this second word, the word of how you would like to feel today. Now that you have these two words, you've investigated them, connected with them, I'd like you to imagine before you your ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, however they appear to you. Perhaps you see fully formed people, perhaps only vague outlines. Perhaps there's no visual at all, just a feeling and energy. These ancestors, which we evoke, is the core of our connection to God, beginning our connection to what became the Jewish people. In whatever way you can conjure a connection to them, be it a mental illustration or just a feeling. I invite you to share a question. There are two possible questions to share, depending upon your original words. You had two different words come to you. One, how you're feeling, and one, how you would like to feel. I invite you to ask our wise ancestors in your mind, how do I bridge this gap? How do I move from where I am to where I'd like to be? Second possible question, if the two words were the same to you, is how do I maintain this feeling? What can I do to make sure that I stay feeling this way? Perhaps it's difficult to conjure an image or a feeling of these ancient ancestors? And if so, I invite you to just put the question in your mind. Imagine projecting it out beyond your own mind, beyond yourself, towards whatever sense of benevolence you have in the world beyond our physical world. You may or may not receive an answer. But the answer isn't the goal. The feeling of the question, the feeling of connection is the goal. And take another deep breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. And listen in. Perhaps your answer won't be in words. It's something beyond words. Perhaps simply asking the question has brought you a feeling. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper and Abraham's shield. And as you sit, still joined by our ancestors in whatever form they have come to you, I invite you to shift your focus from the past to the future. Moving your mind from thinking those who came before, thinking of what will come next. Now that you have a sense of how you feel and how you'd like to feel, I invite you to project ahead. Imagine a world in which you are consistently renewed by your days, rather than a changing mood that seems to perhaps not have much of a rhyme or reason. Look forward to a world in which renewal is a fact for your everyday life. Each day awakening once again, being energized and excited. Each day falling asleep, feeling fulfilled with the work you've done. Life with a clear rhythm, in which our internal world matches our external experience. Beyond the first two words you brought forward, describe what it would be like for you in a word to have that experience. A world of clear and consistent renewal. How would you describe that in a word? Deep breath in through the nose, slow breath out through the mouth. Baruch atah Adonai, Michaye Hakol. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Now, with our connection to the past through our ancestors, the connection to the future through feeling of renewal, look towards that which is beyond time, the realm that stands outside of time, unchanging, stable, solid, which we call the sacred or the divine, from which our temporal world of past, present, and future draws its energy. It's often very difficult to, in our very time-based lives, consider that experience of stepping outside of time, of accepting that the time we experience is deeply coded to our humanity. What is it like when you consider that our sense of time is, in short, an illusion? That that which is, was, we perceive as will be, has always been. That our temporal concerns as humans are necessary and relevant based on the world we exist in. They're only one reflection of a much bigger picture. Something so far beyond us it's hard to grasp. A divine source of unchanging energy. One which we are all connected to, part of. When you think of this source, what comes to mind? Is there an image, light, perhaps a vision of an environment or an individual, perhaps just a feeling or another word? Another deep breath in through the nose. Allow yourself to feel that time outside of time. These short lives we lead as integral yet small links in a chain, unending. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Blessed are you, Adonai, holy God. Now that we have connected ourselves to all three dimensions, before, after, and always, I want you to bring those feelings of each, of the support of the ancestors, the promise of future renewal, and of the unending stream of life beyond all things. Imagine each aspect entering in you this next breath, breathing it in through our shared well of air, commingling in your chest, helping you to feel what it is to be human. a nexus able to exist within this temporal world while imagining one beyond it and behaving with regard to both. How do you discern what to do in your life in any moment while keeping these three different aspects of time steady and stable within you? How do you choose the good? How do these three aspects help you to also understand what it means to grow and do better, to learn from the past and plan for the future in which you behave differently, all the while channeling a sense of eternal truth? And how is this sense of eternal truth that you can encounter in your mind's eye, perhaps in your body, help you to focus your energies towards picking the right battles, picking the right projects on which to focus your energies, letting go of those things which, in fact, may not match up with this eternal truth that you carry. And how can you be healed by these three different ways of engaging in time? Viewing the past as gone, the future as still being formed, and the omnipresent singular time, helping you to stay rooted beyond that which only exists in the moment, allowing you to perhaps transcend those things, even if only for a moment, that feel that they need healing, to envision what it'll be like in the future when healing has occurred, without any guilt, without any sorrow, without any sense of ignoring the struggle, giving yourself that simple break from the struggle by connecting in with that which needs no struggle, where it always has been, is, and will be. And I now invite you to give word to that prayer that you just envisioned. No future you wish to see, rooted in the consistency, the ever present divine. Fourth word to bring with you, beyond just how you are feeling or how you wish to feel, beyond the effects of renewal. Prayer for all. What word comes to mind? Ose shalom bimroma, uya se shalom aleinu. Ve'alko Yisrael V'imru V'imru Amen. The one who makes peace from well beyond our sense of time. Bring us peace in our life today. Amen.